And the first movement is going to be the well-known push-up. The push-up is a horizontal pushing movement pattern, and the main muscle workings are going to be your chest, your triceps, and your shoulders. If you have never seen a push-up before, let me quickly demonstrate that. Just get into the floor, and we go all the way down and go all the way up. Pretty simple movement, but there is a lot going on in this movement. Again, I won't go as deep into the movement because that's part of the programs when you follow them, but we want to get the right technique for when we go to the test. Let's first go through the progression, so you choose the right progression for you as a reference for today, so you can practice with me, and also as a reference for the test when you do the test, and also as a reference so when you go through the programs, you know which progression is the right for you. So the first one is going to be towards the wall. I don't like this progression, and I'm going to give you some options and alternative and the reason why I don't like this progression, but it's the easiest one because we're pretty much putting very little resistance. So we can do the push-up motion against the wall, up and down. What I don't like about this is many things. The first one is the range of motion. We just get the head first towards the wall, so we don't allow a full range of motion on the movement. The second thing is that your wrists are put into a very deep stretch. So for a lot of people, it will cause pain, so you have to adjust it. So pretty much you are really not replicating the movement itself. It's a valid progression if you're a complete beginner, but I get a better alternative for you, which is finding a very high elevation. A deep bar could really work. And also, let me demonstrate this first one. A deep bar could really work because now you can go all the way towards the bar and your head can go through and you can actually mimic the movement. So it's very little resistance that we have here, but you can practice the movement. If you don't have a deep bar, or if you don't have an elevation this high, but you still cannot do a lower elevation, which we're going to be looking at right now, you can use a countertop of a kitchen. I'm going to put an overshot right now. And perform your push-ups there. So the goal is to find simply an elevation. The lower the elevation, the harder the push-up is going to be. So the goal is going to find, for today's class, for you, to find an elevation that allows you to go for 10 to 15 reps, because that's the rep range that we are going to be working during the programs. So take this time to really bring the elevation up, bring the elevation down, and find an elevation that you can feel the movement, you can apply right technique, and that's it. So with this elevation, it allows you to keep your body fully straight, and you can go all the way down, chest to the box, and then push all the way up. So those are the progressions. I'm going to be demonstrating everything now on the floor, but please choose an elevation that allows you to keep that body straight, that to go through a full range of motion, and at least 7 to 10 reps. So the push-up. If you remember, in today's class, actually, we're going to be mixing what we saw on day number 1 and day number 2, which is an stability position combined with a scapula movement. Now we're going to be involving our arms, and we have a particular movement. In the case of a push-up, we have a plank as our starting position. The scapula push-up is the movement of the scapula that we do in the push-up, and the push-up is the push-up. So start with me. We're going to be starting in all fours in a plank position, again, with elevation or without elevation. So the plank, I don't need to re-explain it because we already saw that on day number 1. Arms are fully straight. We find that stable position. The scapulas are protracted and depressed. Now for the push-up, I don't want you to protract too much. Like, I don't want you to push too much the ground away, just enough so you find stability, and bring the shoulders down towards your hip, scapula depression. One more time to remind the concepts. And the elbows are going to rotate slightly back. Posterior-pelvic tilt and abs engaged. The only thing that I want you to change from the plank that we saw is your chest. You want to open your chest slightly. That's called a spine extension. You don't need to remember that now, but simply open your chest slightly. From here, shift slightly forward as you come down, bringing the shoulder blades into full retraction, just like the scapula push-up. You touch the floor with the chest, and then you push all the way up. That is for 1. Let's go for 4 more of those. Shift forward, retraction, light protraction at the top. That is 2. 3 more. Down, push. Is 3. 2 more. Down, and 1 more. down, and push one more. Let's take a little break, and we're gonna do another set. So just to recap, the scapulas, if I face my back, they're going to be moving from full retraction as we lower. So you initiate the movement with the shoulders coming back. You're squeezing something together, like a coin or something, behind your back, scapular retraction once you get to the bottom position. And as you push, you're going to release that retraction and do light protraction. So bring the shoulders forward slightly. I don't want full protraction. There is a different type of push-up that you can do. We will call it push-up plus or push-up with protraction. It has a different application. But when we're going for max reps, which is actually going to be the test, when you're testing your push-ups, you don't want to be going into that full protraction. And a standard regular push-up, you also don't want to be going through full protraction, which is the shoulders fully forward. So again, full retraction, but once you push, you simply end up in a neutral position. Now, the depression is important, which is the shoulders down towards the hip. You want to keep that throughout the entire movement, so we don't allow this to happen. That's pretty much it. I don't want to get too much involved into the elbow and what the elbows does. Just do not flare them excessively or bring them in excessively. Those will be like the two major mistakes that, again, we go deeper into the programs. For now, just do your best so the elbow is aligned with the wrist. So when you come down, the elbow is as on top of the wrist as it possibly can. Focus on the scapula, focus on getting the chest to the floor, elbow on top of the wrist, and that's it. Move your body as one single piece, and that's a perfect push-up for now. As always, we're gonna keep adding on, and it's a movement that you will never stop improving. Let's go for 5 more with all those cues. I know it's a lot of information, so feel free to repeat this class as much as you like. Legs together, quads engaged, posterior pelvic tilt. We're starting from the bottom now. Abs engaged. The scapulas are slightly protracted and depressed. We open the chest slightly. That facilitates the retraction and the full range of motion of the push-up. Elbows slightly in. You initiate by leaning slightly forward and bringing the shoulders back. Lower down, chest to the floor. Push back up, slight protraction. That is 1. Let's go for 4 more. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Last one, down, and up. So, as long as you get the chest to the floor, as long as your body is moving as one single piece, as long as you're not arching your lumbar spine, as long as you're not flaring completely your elbows out, you are doing a proper push-up, and that will count towards the test, and that's an effective movement pattern. I'll see you on exercise number 2. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, this is going to be part of a free calisthenics guide for beginner that is going to be released when we release the app. We're aiming for 2 to 3 months, 4 month top, depending on the development, how much time I finish filming everything that I'm filming, and how much time we take to edit all the new content that we're putting into the academy. We're extremely proud of how the app is coming out. If you're part of the SM Academy, you know how much effort we put into each of our programs that we do. Now imagine all those programs in your phone with an user-friendly interface where you can even log your workouts, you can swap the exercises based on your level, and a variety of features that we cannot wait for you guys to see. Stay tuned for the app. If you join now the SM Academy, it's going to be a cheaper price than the app, and you will be locked into the price that you join. If you wait for the release of the app, the price will be slightly higher, so you can simply wait or join the SM Academy. As usual, all the information is down in the description. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment down below what else we'd like to see on this channel, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.